Firefighters have been kept busy all day because Southern Oregon fires have been sparking. Ashland firefighters were able to quickly contain a grass fire yesterday evening. This is the video we shared with the grass fire at Immigrant Lake Campground. The fire was burning about half an acre when crews arrived. It was knocked down in about 4 minutes. Fire District 5 says it was a great stop by the Immigrant Lake Station crew. Firefighters are still looking into what may have caused that fire. Rural Metro crews have stayed on top of a couple of small fires in Josephine County in the last 48 hours. These are images from a fire just north of Paradise Ranch, and that's in the North Valley area. Crews were able to keep that fire under half an acre. And the fire danger level will actually rise to the high category tomorrow in Jackson and Josephine counties. It's already high in Klamath and Lake counties. The city of Grants Pass wants to remind you of some restrictions in the area. A list of some of the restrictions are on your screen right now. Smoking in areas of flammable vegetation is not allowed. Open field fires, such as campfires, also not allowed. But using things like charcoal and propane barbecues are allowed. Mowing dry grass will not be allowed between the hours of 10 in the morning and 8 in the evening. With 100-degree days in our forecast, firefighters are urging everyone to be extremely cautious. Earlier, we spoke with Brian Ballou from ODF Southwest about what people can be doing now to prevent those wildfires. We've been hearing a lot over our scanner about grass fires the last couple of days. Brian, how have your crews been able to keep those fires so small so far?
Well, they get to them as fast as they can. They also work with all the rural fire departments, and closest forces fight the fire first. So we've been pretty lucky in somebody arriving on scene so quickly that the fire typically only gets to about 1/100th of an acre in size, or 1/10, or, we've had a couple go over a couple acres, but so far we've been pretty good at jumping on them really fast.
Now, the fire danger level going up soon. What do people need to know about what increased restrictions that means for them?
Well, with the fire danger going up to high on Friday, it does mean that those who are used to using power-driven equipment like chainsaws or brush cutters until 1 o'clock, you now have to shut off at 10 a.m. So it applies to a wide range of equipment that is using an internal combustion engine. It is important to shut off at that time and do a 1-hour fire watch, because the longer, hotter days are drying out the vegetation very quickly.
I know Matt Hoffman's been tracking some pretty hot temperatures heading our way in the days ahead. What's your biggest concern as those temperatures go over the century mark in our area?
Just that fires will start easier and spread faster. We've hit that point in the summer where just about any hot muffler on dry grass or a few embers from a backyard campfire can float into dry grass and weeds and get a wildfire going. So it's time to really screw down your fire safety principles and keep the fire extinguisher close at hand, and be part of the solution to prevent fires and not be one of the few who start them.
We have the fire burning on Spence Mountain right now in Klamath County. Do we know anything about how that fire started, and how's that firefight going so far?
I've not heard. It's up to 55 acres, so it's in a steep, brushy, slashy area, so it's not an uncommon place to have fires. But it's not common for them to be able to put it to bed easily either. So it still may be on the landscape for a couple days.
What kind of equipment are they using to keep that fire from spreading?
I'm not sure, but I know that the Southwest Oregon ODF office is sending a couple of engines over to help out on night shift. Are
you somewhat gratified we haven't had any lightning storms? Because a couple of years ago, about this time of the year, things got pretty active. That must be a certain level of comfort for you folks so far?
It is. Anytime we can get, as far as we can go through fire season without having a dry lightning storm is a very good thing. So we don't have any on the horizon so far, but August is still ahead of us, and it can be full of lightning just as easy as July can.
Brian Ballou, Oregon Department of Forestry, we appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Okay, take care, Brian.
You too.